Ollie here, and today I'm along with a second biologist on one of his maps doing a castle, or not doing a castle, looking at how to make your builds look better. So first of all, we're going to talk about flat surfaces. So on the left we have a boring flat surface, and the second biologist is going to demonstrate how and talk about how to make it a bit better.
Well, for most of my castle walls, I just don't want a flat wall, it looks boring, so I'm just going to stick some bits to the front of the wall and add some patterns to it. So if you view it from the front, it still looks kind of flat, but if you view it from the side, it's a lot better and a bit more detailed. For the castle walls, you can see up there, they've got bits on top. For them, I've just got normal stone stairs, put them on top, in a certain pattern. There you have it, your boring wall is now a lovely little castle wall.
Yeah, so basically it's an easy, quick, simple way to make it look a lot better. We've also got to talk about textures. So we've also got to talk about textures. For instance, what we've got here is a sandstone and a wood basis along with fence posts. Fence posts are always a brilliant thing to add into your builds to make them look a lot more interesting and textured. I mean, for instance, here it's a lot. If it was just fences, it would look a lot more boring. Whereas adding wooden pillars in and fences makes it look a lot more interesting. Another thing to take in mind when you're building, symmetrical is not always the best. Because, I mean, if you look at this building, it's not really very symmetrical, but it looks really good. Another important thing to think about when you're doing builds is where you're going to build. Now, a second biologist, do you want to take us through how you decided to build the castle?
Well, I just flew to the nearest mountain, which was roughly the shape I wanted my castle to be, and started building on top of it. You can see around the backside where I haven't started replacing the dirt with stone bricks, where I've just gone along and started replacing it. So this castle is more of a natural structure, so not symmetrical, and I find it's easier to build that way because you don't have to think up of what you're going to place where. It's easier to do.
It looks a lot better. It looks like it's moulded to the. It looks just really good. So another tip we've got is if you're doing big builds, it's best to use a potion of swiftness and if you're like me and a second biologist, we hold down the trigger, left trigger to build, whereas Will, he just like taps it randomly and quickly, which I suppose is fine. But if you're holding down the trigger, remember a potion of swiftness is probably a good thing to take when you're building. And one last thing. The best sort of structures are probably medium sized. I mean, this is probably it's a really good build, and it's really detailed, but it's not huge. So that's why it's really good, because if it's too big, it becomes too difficult to put lots and lots of detail into. So and too smaller structures are just not really as interesting. And that's probably about it for today. So if you liked this and then thought it helped you do any of your builds, then like, comment, subscribe for more.